Now, the two categories of reproduction. In a sexual reproduction, there is an involvement of a single parent, and in the case of the sexual one, there is involvement of two parents. That's why they are known as uniparental and biparental reproduction, respectively. So, note down here it is involvement of single parent, two parents. That's why they are known as uniparental as well as biparental. You might have studied in the previous classes that in the sexual reproduction there is an involvement of fusion of gametes. Yes, in sexual reproduction there is fusion of gametes. What are gametes? They are the sex cells of organisms, and in asexual reproduction no gamete formation occurs. No gamete formation. Now, all of you know that in the sexual reproduction, there is a copulation of two parentals, male as well as female. When the copulation occurs, male produces its sex gamete known as sperm, and the female one produces eggs. And after the fertilization, a zygote form through which the new individual born. So note down here, the male sex cell known as sperm fuse with the female sex cell known as egg. When it fertilizes, the zygote form through which there is presence of new individual. Now, many organisms, many acellular organisms uh, forms spores. You might have studied in the earlier classes the study of spore formations. Yes, the unicellular organisms such as fungi, algae, they shows the spore formations. So note down here, spore formation shows by alga and fungi. There are many modes of reproduction present in asexual reproduction performed by acellular organisms or unicellular organisms. So after spore formations, write down budding, which is performed by yeast, and binary fission is shown by bacteria. then fragmentation. It is performed by filamentous alga and filamentous fungi. Now, what happens in the fragmentation? Let's say this is a fragment. It breaks down from here, and after breakage, it develops two new fragments. Yes, the single fragment after breakage, it develops two new fragments which have capability of performing the tasks and to act as individuals. Yes, this single fragment breakdowns and develop two new fragments which have capacity to act as an individual. Now, in the organisms, there are two modes, as I have already told you, that first one is the growth, second one is reproduction. So, in the case of unicellular organisms, the growth and reproductions are synonymous. Yes, in the acellular organisms, growth and reproduction both are similar, synonyms. How they are? Let us discuss. Yes, unicellular organisms, the growth is equals to reproduction. They are synonyms. How are they? So, how growth occurs in any individual or any organisms? There are the two modes of growth through which the growth occurs in any individual. So, first one, in the first case, the cell size may can increase, or the second one, cell can divide itself to form new other cells and the growth can be shown. So, in the case of unicellular organisms, in the second case, if a cell divides itself, they do not produce new cells. Besides this, they form new acellular organisms. Yes, let's say this is the cell of a unicellular organism. This is so because they are unicellular organisms, so they contains only one cell. So after dividing, they form two new cells which act as an individual. So they are individual organisms. It is parental cell. So how the growth occurs? Growth has twin characteristics. Yes, growth have twin characteristics. First one I have told you now. Increase in cell size. There is an increasement of cell size, or can division of cells. Division of cell. Now, in the case of sexual reproduction, or say in higher plants or multicellular organisms, yes, in uh, in higher plants, if we talk about higher plants or say animals, both are multicellular organisms. In this case, the growth is not equals to reproduction. So, what can you say? Uh, it is mutually exclusive or inclusive. Exclusive means what? It is synonym. It is similar. It is similar. So, it is mutually exclusive or inclusive. So, because the exclusive means not similar, that's why they are known as mutually exclusive. But in the case of unicellular, they are mutually inclusive. Yes. What are the means of exclusive and inclusive? Inclusive means similar or synonym. Now, after reproduction, we have left with the only last characteristic of an organism, that is consciousness. So let us study our fifth characteristic, which is consciousness. Now, what is consciousness? It is the ability to sense environment and to respond to it. Yes, consciousness is the ability to sense environment, all the changes, all the transformation, and anything occurring in our environment or surrounding to us, and as well as to respond to it. It may be physical, chemical, or biological. Yes, conscious external stimulus may be physical, chemical, or as well as biological. As per multicellular organism concerned, you can say the humans are the only organisms which have universally ability to aware of themselves. Yes, in such a wide variety of multicellular organisms present on this earth, humans are the only multicellular organisms which have ability to of aware of themselves. Yes. what I have told, humans are the only organisms which have ability of aware of themselves. So now we have studied all the five characteristics of organisms, of living organisms. So now quickly revise five of them. So living, non-living. Uh, let's start with the metabolism. It is present in all the living beings, all the living organisms, but it is absent in non-living. Now, cellular structure. It is also present universally in all the living ones and absent in non-living ones. Now, growth. As you have studied, growth occurs in living as well as non-living one. But I have cleared you, in the case of non-living, it is external. It is extrinsic growth. Now, reproduction. One thing I have to clear you that in the reproduction there are some exceptions which says that reproduction is not universally present in all the living ones. Yes, it is not universally, it is not exceptionally present in all the living ones. How that? There are some exceptions like worker bees, mule, they do not reproduce. Even some human couples which are sterile do not reproduce in their whole life. So, what we can say, present but not universally. In non-living, it is absent, and at last, consciousness, it is present, it is absent. Now, among these five characteristics, what can you say about which of them are defining features and which are not? So, let us see which characteristic fulfill those two criteria which I have cleared in the previous lecture. So, metabolism, cellular structure, and consciousness, these three are the defining features. These two and the last one are defining. So, in these two lectures, we have studied about the living world. First lecture is all about the characteristics of uh, living organisms as well as some about non-living ones. Thank you.